You've taken your very first big step and stopped using substances. Now what? You may find yourself wondering if you've ever have fun again. First, you must deal with the here and now. Early recovery is a time of transitioning from one life to another. Your chances of a successful recovery rest on honesty, willingness, and your ability to be open. Here are 10 helpful tips that will greatly increase your chances of staying clean and sober. The first tip is honesty. Don't lie to yourself. Be honest. If you are not doing what you should be doing, call yourself on it. And don't be lying to yourself or rationalizing. The most important key to recovery is honesty. Choosing and learning how to be honest with oneself and with others is the first step in recovery. The top reason that people fail in recovery is dishonesty. There are many reasons why this happens, but in most cases it is driven by fear. The next tip is absolutely talk about your emotions. The first few months of addiction recovery is sometimes referred to as an emotional roller coaster. The individual may feel on top of the world in the morning, but hit the depths of the despair later in the afternoon. There are a number of causes of this emotional roller coaster, including the fact that he or she may have spent years avoiding their emotions. The next tip is fear. Fear is very common in addiction recovery. It can keep people trapped in their addiction. They can see how much their substance abuse is destroying their life, but the idea of leaving their misery behind most often frightens them. This is because they are very familiar with their lifestyle, even if it is far from perfect. People who are trapped in addiction can often feel that this is the very best that they can do. Next tip, exercise. Exercise daily. No matter if you pump iron, shoot hoops, perform yoga, or just go for a leisurely walk around the neighborhood. Exercise makes you feel good naturally. Just 30 minutes of exercise a day will help fight fatigue, depression, and reduce stress. Tip number 5. Identify your danger zones. Stay away from your danger zones and become aware of your triggers. A trigger can be using friends and places such as bars or social gatherings. Triggers can be family members, weekends, paydays, or anything that creates a physical, emotional, or psychological craving. Next is number 6, family involvement. Persons that are in recovery need the emotional support and stability of their family. Some family members may need to be involved in family treatment in order to build and sustain a healthy environment for the individual in recovery. This involvement can help them to stay clean and sober. Tip number 7. Stay in the precious present. Using one day at a time thinking process is highly recommended here. Recovery is a journey, not a sprint. However, if you're struggling, one day can seem forever. Rather than trying to get through the entire day, break it down into 5-minute intervals. Just do the next 5 minutes. The struggle isn't out there, it's in your head. Share your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. Number 8, having gratitude in recovery. When people become grateful, being clean and sober, it is unlikely that they will relapse back to their addiction. It is only when people take their recovery for granted or they develop stinking thinking that they become sliding towards a relapse. Having grateful attitude is important in recovery. Number 9, having hobbies. Developing a hobby is a wonderful way to find meaning and purpose in your life. Having hobbies in recovery is an extremely important piece of recovery that many people seem to undervalue in their early recovery. It is widely accepted that boredom is considered the most common relapse trigger. And finally, the last is having goals. Goals are important for a number of reasons. Number one reason, by setting a goal, it means that the individual is accepting some accountability for achieving it. 2, it can be fun to work towards something. Number 3, if people in recovery do not have goals, they may find that their progress slows down. People need to challenge themselves. The last one, recovery is often described as a process, not an event. I hope this video has been helpful. Please look for my other videos at drivethrutherapy.com.